This is the Apple HomePod Mini, and here is my full in-depth review. Starting off with the design, the HomePod Mini is a small and compact smart speaker. It looks like a dome. It's largely constructed from plastic, with woven fabric, which is wrapped around the speaker, which personally I think looks really aesthetic. At the top of the device, we find the control panel where the volume control touch buttons are placed, and the action button in the center. There is also an LED indicator which can display a variety of bright lights depending on whether you're talking to Siri or double tapping it to change between different songs. When Siri is activated, the top of the dome activates some bright colors. At the back of the product we find the fixed power cable which connects to a USB-C Apple plug. This cable is fixed and you can't remove it. The device does not have batteries in it, so it's not a portable Bluetooth speaker, which means that the device has to be powered and plugged in all the time. Being an Apple HomePod Mini, for the best user experience you'll need an iPhone or an iPad to connect it to. In typical fashion, this product only works with Apple devices like your iPad or your Mac or your iPhone. It doesn't work with an Android device via Bluetooth, which I think is probably the biggest weakness of this product. The fact that you can't connect this device to an Android device is really annoying in 2024, which means that if you don't own an Apple iPhone or iPad and you use an Android device, then this product is absolutely pointless. However, if you're integrated in the Apple ecosystem and you love your Apple products, you use Siri, then this HomePod will work well, as it features NFC connectivity. When you place your iPhone to the top of the device, you can play whatever on your phone and it will play the music on the HomePod, which is a cool feature. What's even worse is you can't connect the HomePod Mini to your non-Apple device via Bluetooth, which is probably the worst thing about the product. As someone who uses a Samsung Android flagship as their phone, this is really disappointing, meaning that I can't stream music from my Samsung Android flagship to this speaker. I can only use my iPad or my Mac to stream music. However, having said that, if you are in the Apple ecosystem and you use your iPhone or iPad, you can stream Spotify from your Apple iPhone or iPad, and Apple Music and other various music streaming platforms via AirPlay. If you want to play music with voice commands, you can only do so via Apple Music. You can only ask Siri to play music via your Apple Music library. If you want to play music via your Spotify library, you have to do it manually with your device. You can't use voice commands, which is a little downside, but it's only a minor complaint. Next we come to the sound of the HomePod Mini, where this product really shines. Considering the size of this product, the HomePod Mini produces great sounding audio with balanced mids, highs and lows. Often speakers of this size will often have overpowered bass, which is a common feature of a lot of small speakers. I'm happy to report that the HomePod Mini maintains and produces a high quality sound, which is really impressive for the size of the speaker. Even at 100% brightness, the speaker maintains full rich audio and doesn't begin to distort. For my listening experience, I usually play it at about 50% volume. The HomePod Mini produces great sound, and it sounds great for many different genres such as pop, jazz, rock and even classical music. As a musician, I can report that Apple have completely nailed sound quality and balance when it comes to producing speakers across their products. When it comes to the specifications with the HomePod Mini, as it is very small, the drivers on the inside are pretty small. The HomePod Mini features the Apple S5 chip, 8.31-inch Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0 and AirPlay connectivity. It's 3.3 inches high, 3.9 inches wide and weighs 346 grams in mass. Inside, it's packing downward firing full range drivers in addition to a pair of passive radiators. For sound comparison, I'm going to play the same song on my HomePod Mini, my Amazon Alexa and my M1 12.9-inch Apple iPad Pro. We're going to play the same song at 50% volume on each device to compare the sound quality. and I'm using my blue microphone which I use to record all my voiceovers and audio for my videos. Alright, next we're going to try the iPad Pro. So there's the audio comparison between my iPad Pro 12.9-inch M1, the HomePod Mini and my Amazon Alexa. I would say that the HomePod Mini and Alexa do sound quite similar. When comparing the HomePod Mini to the iPad Pro, I actually found that the iPad Pro with its 4-speaker surround sound actually sounded slightly better when compared to the HomePod Mini, which I found quite surprising given that the HomePod Mini is a dedicated audio speaker. Considering the size of the speakers on the iPad Pro, it's remarkable how Apple have managed to achieve a great sounding audio on the iPad Pro. With its 4 speakers, it is actually able to achieve more spatial and kind of stereo sounding audio when compared to the HomePod Mini. HomePod Pro is also slightly quieter when compared to my iPad Pro. However, there is slightly more depth in the HomePod Mini, but you can decide which you think sounds better by listening yourself. The Alexa is slightly louder than the HomePod Mini, and I do think that the Alexa wins when it comes to sound quality and overall volume quality compared to the other 2 speakers, which is what I expected. When it comes to Siri, Siri is obviously the main way that you interact and connect to your devices. If you're embedded in the Apple ecosystem, then Siri will be no new friend to you, as I'm sure you're used to using Siri with your iPhone, an iPad, or even your iMac. Using Siri on the HomePod Mini is just like using Siri on your iPhone or iPad, Siri is obviously easy to use, well designed and intuitive. You can ask Siri everyday questions like what's the weather like, and the beauty of it is that if you are embedded in the Apple ecosystem, if you ask Siri to check your calendar or set reminders, setting reminders will obviously show up on your iPhone and iPad, which is what this product is obviously designed to work. However, if you're new to Apple and you've not used Siri before, this device is definitely less useful in that regard. Siri can answer virtually any question. You can also ask Siri to play music, send messages, or even FaceTime your Apple friends. Siri is obviously the main way that you'll connect to this device via your voice. As I mentioned before, you can use Siri to play your music from Apple Library. However, you can't ask Siri to play music from Spotify. You'll have to manually select a song on Spotify via your Apple device, such as your iPhone. As a user of the Amazon Alexa, when it comes to comparing Siri to the likes of Amazon Alexa or even the likes of Google Assistant with their products, Siri falls short in this regard. I find that Alexa is more intuitive and friendly and easier to use than Siri is. We're splitting hairs when it comes to asking both devices, such as Alexa and Siri, for simple questions like what's the weather like or what was the score from this match at Ipswich between Ipswich and Liverpool. However, when it comes to smart connectivity, this is where Siri really does fall short when it compares to the likes of Amazon Alexa or Google. Siri just doesn't have the full range and smart connectivity to external devices such as ambient lighting or radiators or security cameras that Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant do. With my Amazon Alexa, I'm able to control my Hue lights and security cameras via voice commands. However, the HomePod with its Siri cannot connect to these devices gives the Alexa a significant advantage, making that product far more useful in this regard. Like I said before, when it compared to other AI speakers like the Google Assistant or Amazon Alexas, Siri falls short in this department. Siri's user experience is just not as good as what I get from my Amazon Alexa. Furthermore, the smart connectivity to external third-party devices such as ambient lighting is limited. You do get the Google Home app on your iPhone or iPad and your Mac, which you can use to customize the HomePod and connect to a limited number of external smart devices. However, we expect the number of devices that you can control via your HomePod to increase over time. As I said before, when compared to the likes of Amazon Alexa, I prefer Alexa's user experience, as I find Alexa is more intuitive and easy to talk to, with more kind of less robotic sounding conversations. However, if you're all about the ecosystem and you love Siri, you just want another Apple product to add to your product lineup and ecosystem, then the HomePod Mini is probably the product for you. Competition. When it comes to the HomePod Mini's competition, we have the likes of the Amazon Alexa Dot and even the Amazon Alexa original device and the likes of Google's AI speakers. The HomePod does retail at about £100, which is more expensive than its competitors for this size of speaker like the Amazon Alexa Dot or just the smaller Google Nest speakers. This is what we expect for Apple, as Apple tend to be more expensive when compared to other products and competitors. I would say that the HomePod, as I mentioned before in the sound, does have better sound when compared to the Amazon Dot or even the Google smaller speakers in this price range between the £50 and £100 mark. Amazon's Assistant and the Google Assistants are far superior when it comes to connectivity to external devices, and I think their AI user experience and intuitivity when talking to the speaker is also superior to Apple. This HomePod definitely makes sense if you're integrated in the Apple ecosystem and looking for another Apple product to add to your collection. Final verdict. The Apple HomePod is a small, compact, smart speaker. It looks really cool. It's got this really cool blue design with its wrapped around woven fabric, giving it a high quality finish and feel. If you're in the Apple ecosystem and you love using your iPhone and iPad and love using Siri, then this HomePod Mini is definitely the product for you. In typical Apple fashion, it's not compatible with your Bluetooth Android device, meaning that if you don't own an Apple device, then this product simply won't work with your Android flagship smartphone or tablet, meaning that you must own an Apple product, which is probably the biggest complaint I have for this product. It does produce really fantastic sound quality, given the price and the size of the speaker, which is what we come to expect from Apple. Well, that's been it. That's my full in-depth review of the HomePod Mini. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.